Alright, welcome to today's video, and today I'm going to be talking about something that, I don't know, has been troubling me for a long time. But first, a story. You see, back when I was a kid, when I was still in diapers, I don't care. Anyway, so, when I was a small child, I was just walking around doing my thing, and one day I was at a location. I don't know what location, I was bored. So, there was this other kid there, and this kid was quite a bit older than I was, but still a kid, and he had the hottest new console. It was, come to think of it, it was probably just a PS Vita, but back then it was the Beep Bop 84, well, I don't know, never mind. So this kid, he had this console, and he was like seeing me bored, and this kid, being a fairly nice kid, he was like, "Hey, do you want to play?" And I was like, "Sure." And he was playing a game. It looks pretty cool. He was in a city, and he was doing all sorts of cool things. So he passed it to me. I picked up the controls and I played for a little bit, and then I gave it back because, I mean, he was a kid. He was fairly generous, but he wasn't that generous. I wouldn't just get to keep it. But yeah, this game that I was playing in the city that was cool was called Grand Theft Auto 5, and that hooked me, because I loved it. I loved that game, because you had all sorts of freedom to do all sorts of things. Now, looking back on it, when I'm much older and wiser, maybe there are some bad things about Grand Theft Auto. Maybe I shouldn't have been playing it as a child, but back then, that was the cool stuff. That was the thing, and so I loved it. I loved the freedom. You got to do whatever. You were a person, but within the limits of being that person, you could do all sorts of interesting and cool things. Luckily, the older kid that was with me, managed to steer me away from some of the more questionable things in that game. But, yeah, and that was... I loved it. I loved open world games. That got me hooked. They're awesome. They're amazing. And they're cool, and the story was great, the open world was great, everything was awesome. And now, on a completely unrelated note, let's talk about Cyberpunk 2077. Now, you see, that long, boring story in the intro served its purpose. Got you excited, it got you thinking, hey, Grand Theft Auto, but in the future, and that's what CD Projekt Red did. They decided, hey, let's make Grand Theft Auto in the future, and with elements of other games, but mainly Grand Theft Auto in the future, because, I mean, come on. Because there have been various open-world games over the years, and obviously Grand Theft Auto wasn't the first, but it will always hold a special place in my heart. Unlike Cyberpunk 2077, and here's why. You see, it got delayed for like 1 billion years, and that's fine. That's regular game development shenanigans. There's all sorts of industry changes every month, every week, every hour, every second, every blank time, I don't know. And, yeah, so that obviously happened with Cyberpunk 2077, but, it was fine. They were hard at work on it, and maybe all that extra time could make the game even better, polish off some bugs, as it were, and, that's what I thought would happen with Cyberpunk 2077, except not really. You see, my original vision of future GTA in space, that's what I thought it would be like as a consumer, was, I mean... obviously, it had its good points. The story is quite awesome, actually, and it's honestly really cool how they managed to get all the graphics done, but unfortunately, there's the technical side, and that's something we can't ignore. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of bugs in the game so far, and it's so bad that, let's not call it Cyberpunk 2077, that's not a good name. In fact, I have a much better idea for what we can call it. Cyberpunk 76. Yes, that is the highest honor I can bestow. Because you see, there's so many bugs. It's it's frankly amazing. It's like, there's tons of bugs. It's not even funny anymore. Like, the crafting system is honestly not very good at all. And oh god, the character creator, don't even get me started. There's some options there that okay, I'm not going to talk about because I know I have at least a couple children in my audience, but I mean, come on, there's realism and then there's realism, like, no. But the good part is that Keanu was in it, and that's all that matters, It doesn't matter how many flaws a game has, whether it's flat, whether, like, it gets really repetitive, whether the side missions are kind of bad, honestly. But it doesn't matter, as long as you got a big name to bank it on, that's fine. I mean, where did Fortnite ever go wrong? Because we've got Marvel Fortnite, Travis Scott Fortnite. I mean, what went wrong there, Obviously the most popular game of 2020, and everyone loves it. So what's the problem? Yeah, no, but seriously, I do like it. I liked Witcher 3. Witcher 3 was great, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised at this point that, CD Projekt didn't deliver that kind of quality. But I do still like the game a lot, although it'll never be as good as Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5. I love it so much. This is my favorite thing to do, is just stare at Grand Theft Auto 5 for 10 hours, My parents might ask me, "How was your day, son?" And I'll be like, "So, what have you been up to lately? How are your friends doing?" I just love it so much. It's wonderful. It's amazing how much Rockstar has put into this game, and it's so cool, I mean, the cars, there's a yacht. You can be in a boat, it's so amazing. Like let me just I'm in a boat in a video game. This is wonderful. This is why GTA 5 is one of my top games ever. Along with, Minecraft. Minecraft you've obviously seen, and a couple other games, including Shovel Knight, yeah, but Grand Theft Auto is something more than that. It's not just one of my favorite games, because, Minecraft I picked up a little bit later than everyone else. It wasn't really, like, a childhood-defining game. I liked it. It was cool. It had a lot of potential to grow. And, yes, I still do like it. But it didn't have the same status the way Grand Theft Auto 5 did when I was a kid. Except, of course, that I play Minecraft a lot. I play it on the channel. I play it regularly. And, I mean, I've only ever played Grand Theft Auto 5 once. I just enjoy staring at the logo for some reason. Don't at me. I'm not weird. Anyway. Yeah, so... Oh, wait. Heck. That's bad. This video is actually supposed to be about 2077. Oh, no. Yeah, anyway, back to 2077. Now, here's the most important thing about Cyberpunk 2077 to me, and that's the aesthetic. I mean, you've got a game like GTA 5 that's very modern, while also being very retro. It reminds you of Miami slick crime bosses and stuff, but obviously Cyberpunk 2077 is different. It's Cyberpunk, obviously, it's in the name. Like, I've always been a big fan of William Gibson, who's the author generally thought to have coined Cyberpunk and the thing in general. Like, and it's cool, like, getting a bionic arm and stuff is amazing. You can just one day, you can be like, hey, I want an arm that does cool things instead of my lame-o normal arm. So I just get rid of my arm, and now I have a laser arm. And also, obviously, the social issues. Cyberpunk is a reminder that no matter how much we think of Star Trek and Star Wars and all this idealistic thing, that really, we're still just humans, and we always will be, no matter even how much we physically change, we physically evolve. In our minds, there will always be this thing of fight or flight, and this primitive thing that has been with us, and that's what's made us, I guess. And also the thing to adapt and innovate and improve and stuff, and that's always made us human, I guess. And we will always be human, but maybe what the thing of human means is changing. But, you can do a lot of cool things, You've got your cyberpunkers, you've got Keanu Reeves. Anyway, yeah, I like the aesthetic. It's very cool. It's very, like, everything is not what it seems, That's a quote, Stairway to Heaven. All that glitters is not gold, Neon signs aren't everything. Maybe, like, what is your electricity bill if you're trying to run a place with 70 trillion neon signs? And obviously there's also all sorts of interesting, gameplay as well. I do actually quite like the gameplay, bugs aside, and I like it. Generally, the map is divided into a bunch of different districts. It's very cool and awesome and cool, because you've got the thingy district and the thing district and the that thing district, and it's generally pretty cool. It's like, and I don't know. I like the concept of different zones in video games, all the way going back to, Mega Man, when you had all the different levels with the different themes. Like, what's his name? Rockman's level was themed around rocks and stuff. And, I can't remember any others. I've actually never played Mega Man, but I did like that aesthetic. I also liked it in Shovel Knight, which I did play, being a Double O's guy. And that was a good game. I like that game. Yeah, so anyway, I do like the aesthetic. The gameplay is pretty cool. It's very sleek. It's very modern. It's not like a retro game. More and more, I think AAA games have decided, we're not going to even try to pretend to be retro games. We're going to embrace our aesthetic. We are big budget, and that's what we're going to look like, is like a blockbuster movie. And obviously with blockbuster movie actors. And yeah, that I think is not a bad thing to go for, we are living in an era right now where less and less people are thinking of it as games, and more are thinking of it as interactive entertainment, right? It's like a movie, but you're the main character. Obviously, in Cyberpunk, you're not Keanu Reeves. I wish you were, but that's besides the point. Anyway, this is wonderful. I love it. I've spent too much of this video talking about Keanu Reeves and GTA, so actual game, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Obviously, there are some significant flaws, and it pulls after a little while. It's the same boring grind, but overall, I do like the game. I like it. It's very interesting. It's not like it's the same formula, but they found little new and interesting details to pack in. It doesn't always work, but you get the feeling that at least they tried. Alright, yeah, thanks for watching. Don't subscribe. I say this all this in the outro anyway, so see you later. Make sure to dislike, unsubscribe, and don't comment, and I hope never to see you guys again. Goodbye.